So I think this qualifies as a late season. Feels like late season. A late October cold front. I'm Cody with Creation Outdoors, and I'm back in North Dakota chasing some whitetails in this river bottom. So I made the trip back. If any of you saw the first trip to North Dakota in early season, it was a little bit of a disaster. Never even saw a deer, so I'm looking for a little bit of redemption, and I'm hoping that this cold front can help me out a little bit, because there's probably about 4 to 6 inches of snow depending on where you're at, and it's cold. I got just about every layer that I have available on, so it's very still this morning, and I'm hunting this river bottom area where these two steep ridges pinch down to the river, so anything walking along the river here has to go around these ridges and past my stand. And it took me a little bit to get in this morning, but finally, once I got up in the tree, there is a trail right below me here, and maybe an old scrape, but it's cold, and I'm hopeful that something will be following this river. The snow definitely helps out with seeing fresh sign, because that was an issue when I was here in early September, but I'm thankful that there's no mosquitoes this time. Anyway, for now, I'm just gonna settle in and watch this river as the morning goes by and try and stay warm. So just had my first group of deer, at least I think, come from the direction that I thought they would come from. We just saw some brown and then some flashes of white through the brush, so I don't know if they spooked. They definitely didn't hear or see me. But it is so calm that perhaps my scent is just kind of swirling around in this bottom a little bit, but it's getting on towards mid-morning now, and there's supposed to be a shift in the wind today, so I'm waiting for that to happen a little bit later here, and we'll stick it out a little bit longer now, and then come up with a different game plan for this evening. So I can see on that far bank over there a couple deer working my way, so I couldn't tell what they were, but the wind is now rising with the thermal, so hopefully they make it over here. Okie dokie. It's been a little over an hour since I saw those two deer working over across on the other side of the river. Well, my side of the river, but on the other side of the bend. And they never really worked their way this way, so it's getting on late morning here, and I'm gonna crawl out of here, work my way back to the truck, and make a game consistent and just steady, I'd consider sitting here all day because it's a pretty sweet spot. I mean, I got a couple fence crossings, and right below me is a trail with some good-sized tracks and a scrape on it. So I think that they're using this area. It's just with the wind the way that it is, just super light, super variable, kind of thermals mixed between the river and the bluffs. It's not gonna be great if something does come in here. So I'm gonna back out, take my time, and go from there.
So it seems like my spot and mile walk in wasn't as secret as I hoped. So all these are tracks from the last 2 days for sure, last day maybe, that some of them even lead about 50 yards into the timber where I was, so that might explain some things. I don't know. Cool. Lots of dudes out and about. Public land, multi-use, but that's okay. Glad to see people are out. A little bit of a yard sale going on in here, but trying to let some things dry out before going into this next spot for the afternoon that I did a decent amount of e-scouting, and actually talked to a biologist from North Dakota, and they mentioned that this might be a good area to look. So for now though, I'm going to take a second and eat something real quick, and we can go from there. Okay, let's see what we got here. So Quick Trip white bread, not my normal go-to, but 99 cents a loaf. And with that, we've got peach jam, raspberry jam. Why? Because they're both good. Can't decide. Up there by my socks, I have the peanut butter warming up because it's a little bit frozen. And then from there, I've got some excellent garlic and gratitude muffins. Go check her out. Excellent chef. And then I'll finish with probably Mountain Ops protein bar. Tastes like a candy bar because it's awesome. 20 grams of protein. And for a beverage, I'm gonna go with Mountain Ops Ignite. And this is their Mayan Mango Madness specialty flavor that they have right now. And so again, Ignite for an energy boost for the afternoon hunt and digestive health for me. So that's what I'm sticking with, and should be good. Pretty good spread here. Okay, getting ready to go back in. I have tried to wait a little bit for the wind to kind of pick up and stabilize, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to sneak into this piece and try and channel my inner hunting public. So just take it slow and see if I can find some really good fresh sign, and then set up around there. I've got a couple pinch points identified just from e-scouting, so I've got plan A and plan B, and if there's no fresh sign there, I can figure something else out. So that's what we're going to try, and like I said, just looking for fresh sign, taking it slow, trying not to sweat so that I don't freeze once I settle down, and go from there.
It is so still. Just no wind, no sound, no birds. The deer sign's really gonna have to pick up here in order for me to spend the night here, because there's not much more than just random tracks, no rubs or scrapes so far. So I think there's a bald eagle's nest over there though, so that's cool. But I got a couple more 100 yards until this pinch point, and if it doesn't improve, I'm moving to plan B, so hopefully it gets better. Okay, so there's little hope for this pinch point yet. We got quite a few trails here that are intersecting, so looking for some sign. And obviously with the snow, these trails are made in the last day or two, so just need some buck sign, and that'll solidify this pinch point. So gonna keep looking, gonna keep trucking. Okay, we're up in the tree for our afternoon sit here in North Dakota. Still very, very calm, but I work my way to this pinch point that I've been eyeing when I'm e-scouting. And I think the wind is going to hold for us, or at least I hope so. For a long time I didn't see very good signs, so I figured I was going to have to go to plan B. But as I got to this pinch point, all the trails kind of coalesced into bigger trails, and there are some scrapes that have been worked a little bit since the snow fell, so I'm hopeful that something will be cruising and maybe freshen up those scrapes before dark. It's a beautiful day though, just beautiful, dead calm. It's really interesting because I'm sitting on what looks like a hiking trail. I saw something coming into this piece of timber as I was walking, but due to the wind I took a different route, and there was tons of boot tracks on that trail, so I was worried about it, but it seems like it goes through here, and there's 0 boot tracks since it snowed. So that's what we're after in terms of not having people interfering with this spot. So the whole way across this pinch point is like 70 yards, so I should be able to see anything coming through. And it's definitely thicker. There's way more stem count, or way higher stem count, where I anticipate the deer coming from. So I didn't want to push into there too far because I'm hopeful that they're bedded in there. So it's beautiful down by the river, and can't ask for anything better than being out here and being in creation on a day like today. let's just hope something about 4 years older comes by. Because that was perfect, just perfect. Really, really a confidence boost, because I think that they're bedding really close. And it means that I got up in here quiet, and I'm on at least a decently used trail, so that's great. A lot of time left, so that's really a confidence boost and gives me a lot of hope for what else the night can bring. Still very, very quiet. Nothing after that first deer, but we still got a good bit to go in the night. It's got that feeling about it, you know? Just seems like something could happen at any time, but I've definitely been wrong about that before, so. But I'm doing my best just to try to eliminate all movement and noise, because there's not a lot going on, so it'd be pretty easy for a deer to pick me out, so. Such a calm day, the entire day, but it is beautiful out here. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a woodcock. And I'm pretty positive that that's the first time I've ever seen one. If it is one. Regardless, it's got a pretty neat beak on it. Really cool bird. It's just cool hunting this river bottom stuff, because you never know what you're gonna see. Well, we're getting down to crunch time here. Still very quiet, which I guess is surprising since I saw that such early movement. But perhaps this is just kind of a doe fawn bedding area that I'm on the edge of, or they're working out the other end, or to the north. I think there's ag on the other side, and maybe some oaks and acorns to the north, but I think these pinch points and funnels, I may be just a little bit early, because it seems like these would definitely be rut corridors and rut funnels, and we're probably just touching the very beginning of pre-rut, so maybe food was a better choice. Regardless, beautiful, beautiful day in the woods. And you don't often get a day as still as this. I got a busy work week ahead, so tomorrow's a travel day. But I'm going to definitely try and make it back here before season closes. But it's only going to get colder, so that should be fun.